I actually think the most interesting news about the first quarter is the news that we just got about Apple. I mean, they're now ratcheting down expectations for the iPhone 10. Some estimates now, shipments for the iPhone 10 as few as 35 million in the first quarter. We had 45 million as the estimate up until now. We see that Apple's down 2.5% on that news. A bunch of chip makers also getting hurt on that news. I mean, that would be horrible for the entire tech ecosystem. I also think that something else that's really interesting for the first quarter, though, is copper. Copper traded as high as $3.30 a pound earlier today. That's the highest that we've seen in over 4 years, and we've been following that quite a bit. I think that's a really interesting story.
Well,
it shows that somebody is accumulating a big position in copper because they expect that the global economy is going to do real well.
Yeah, that's a copper roof, though, which scares. Is the copper roof on the stock market or on the price of copper? What does it mean it's topping out? I think it's the stock market, doesn't it?
Well, I actually think it's good for the global
but what
market.
is the old expression that every bull market has a copper roof on it? That's an old expression. And then you've given me two bearish things. That maybe it's good, but maybe it's a sell on the news with copper. But the Apple thing, after Barron's puts it at $1 trillion in 2018, I looked at it. Now it's back below 900 billion. Going to go further. I wonder if that really. I wonder if that's a bad sign that Barron's now has sort of. Said it's going to hit $1 trillion, and that's not good news with the Apple X, as Andrew calls it.
No, it's not. It's not good news. But I tell you what, the fact that over the last 2 or 3 minutes, the S&P futures have rallied back to unchanged on the day, despite what's going on in Apple, is good news for the broad market. But also, Joe, I just looked, $269 billion. That's the number that matters to Apple, particularly in 2018 with the new tax regime. That's the amount of cash that they have on their balance sheet, and if they can send all that back to the United States and then start distributing it among their shareholders, then they might get to $1 trillion.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.